to Life Honestly. I'm Nana, and let's talk. So, today we're going to take on the topic of anxiety. And boy, do I know this one way too well. So, yeah, I just want to go through today's video and just kind of tell you a bit of my struggle with anxiety and the different potential types of anxiety I have. But also, I want to hear about your experiences and how you cope, live with, etc. Your anxiety as well, because not everyone deals with or goes through it in the same way. So, for me, I've got generalized anxiety, social anxiety, and I guess agoraphobia kind of falls under that, maybe. I feel like it does because I have anxiety with leaving the house sometimes, a lot of the time. Anyways, so yeah, let's get started. So, anxiety. Kind of, what is it? What does it feel like? And I guess I'll start off by saying that, like depression, I think the term anxiety is thrown around a lot. So, oh, I'm so anxious, or my anxiety's riding. And with depression, it's, oh, I'm so depressed. But do these people actually know what anxiety feels like and what depression feels like? Or are they just saying that because they're stressed? Overly stressed. And I'll say maybe some of them do have a little bit of anxiety. Depression, same type of thing, but most people think depression is just sadness, which that'll be a completely different topic for another day. But with anxiety, for me, and probably a lot of other people, it feels like you are constantly on, like 24/7, your body is in this heightened state. Inside, like my nervous system is buzzing 24/7, all the time. My mind is constantly rushing. I've described it as like, those movies where they show, ooh, or here's a good example. The Spice Girls, Two Become One, that video. If any of you know, it's like traffic speeding at the speed of light in both directions, and like it's nonstop. Like that's what it was like in my head before I got on some meds. And my brain just wouldn't shut off. So that was affecting my sleep. It was affecting my ability to concentrate on like even a TV show at work, even though I was able to still do my job. My ability to concentrate on that one thing because a million things were going through my head. This could include stuff that happened in the past, stuff that hasn't even happened that may happen in the future, conversations I may have had, replay them a million times in my head. Could I have said something different? How did they take it? Did I make them feel bad? Oh gosh. And just like a million things going through your head. So yeah, a lot of overthinking. Nervous system is in overdrive. Just trying to, at the end of the day, keep me safe. So even though maybe sometimes in my brain I'm like, okay, nothing's going to happen, everything's cool, everything will work itself out, my body from, I guess, a young age has been learning these behaviors. So now it's not as easy to just say, okay, just don't think about it. Just turn it off. If it were so easy, let me tell you. So, because your nervous system is like constantly on overdrive and your brain is just constantly going, you'll notice that you'll feel physically drained, mentally drained, like wondering why you're always so tired. And at first, I thought it was because I'm a single mom raising two kids. I left my marriage when they were 2 and 5 years old. So it was a lot to take on, plus dealing with the toxic marriage fallout and everything that came from that. It was just a lot. So, I copped it up to, well, I'm just tired because now I have the 2 kids all by myself. I have to find somewhere to live, yada yada. But that fatigue and that exhaustion never went away. So then I chalked it up. Oh, it's just parenting. It's just having to do all the scheduling, like carry all the emotional and like all the weight that comes with parenting children. But I had a very good way, at least I thought. Maybe other people may have thought differently, but I had a real way of being able to hide my anxiety and just get through each day because there was nothing else I could do. I was told all the time, oh, Nana, you're so strong. Oh, you're such a good mom. But inside, it was just like I was a wreck inside, but I was able to hide that. And I always say, put on that smile whenever I left the house so that I didn't bring my problems to others. So, in terms of the anxiety that I am now dealing with, it's really prohibiting me from doing a lot. I've had multiple panic attacks in very public places. My first 2 were during work functions, which was super embarrassing. And even though I told my team leaders and managers knew it, director knew it, I was still made to go to these functions, and then my body just gave out into a full-on panic attack, which for me was quite embarrassing. My third panic attack was in my first therapist's office. And basically, the similarities through all, when I know that I'm going to go into panic, I feel tingling. The first thing I know is tingling in my toes, tingling in my fingers. That's where it starts, and tingling on my nose. And I know, like, I have to get out of whatever situation I'm in or else I'll go into full panic mode. And basically, what happens in panic mode, I just break down, start crying, and my hands and sometimes my forearms feel like they're stone. It's not a very good feeling. And like I said before, extremely embarrassing. So now, because I've gone through that multiple times, I try to stay out of that. So maybe you ask, what causes my anxiety? Why am I so anxious all the time? I could probably tell you faster what doesn't make me anxious. But for me, it just feels like everything and anything. People. The kind of overarching part of that is what's going on in the world right now and not feeling safe to trust other people. So trust is a big factor in this, which I have learned over time not to trust people. I'm working on it. So yeah, people is a big one. Just thinking other people are constantly looking at me or judging me. Not in a egotistical sense, if that makes any sense, but more like I don't want to be the center of attention ever. I don't want people looking at me, whatnot. So that's another, that people are going to harm me. And then there's the anxiety around, my finances, let's say. Anxiety around the kids, ensuring that they're okay and they get what they need. A lot of anxiety about the future. I still have some anxiety about the past because of all the trauma that I have endured. But yeah, because I'm trying to live in the present, it's a lot of it has to do with people, just in general. So my agoraphobia has to do with people, um, loud noises. I find solitude in just being alone. So uh, just and then just having anxiety after hanging out with people. So if a friend comes over, or before when I went to other people's houses or we went out for coffee or something, after that 2 hours, 3 hours, however long the interaction was, I'd come home and just feel absolutely knackered. And that's because my anxiety in my nervous system was just going crazy. Um, there was always in the back of my mind the pressure of always having to push through it. Not taking time for myself, but just like everybody else can do it. So I've got to do it too. So I just kept on pushing, pushing, which I believe made it worse. Um, so I think what people don't understand about anxiety, and which my friends have actually learned while watching me, but if I say I've got anxiety, most people will tell me, well, just stop thinking about it. Or don't worry, they're not going to hurt you. Or, something to normalize and make it that it's not a big deal. And personally, I can kind of see where they're coming from if you've never felt that feeling so hard. But I've been on phone calls with friends, and we'll be talking about whatever's going on in the world, and I can feel my nose and my fingers starting to tingle. So I say, we can't talk about this anymore. Like, we've got to move on. So right now, it's very much, even if I'm talking about a subject, it really affects me. So if you've got, and this has again happened to me, if you do have anxiety and you're living with anxiety, over time, it builds up and it'll wear you down absolutely because your body's always down. So just think of sprinting day after day after day, all day, 24/7. Just keep on going, 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 going. Like that's what your body is doing inside, and you can't settle down. So for me, what has helped? Just seeing a therapist has been very helpful for me. Just being able to bounce off my ideas, get ideas from them, try to make sense of this life in general. Tattoo therapy has been a thing for me, which has been great. I got into looking into Buddhism and meditation, which has helped. The ideas and the concepts behind it have been super helpful. So I guess a couple of questions for you guys to leave you with. If you do deal with anxiety, what parts of it make you the most exhausted? And when you're out and about, if you can get out and about, I guess that's another question. Can you get out and about and feel okay or partially okay? Or when you're out around people or in large spaces, do you have that anxiety still? Do things feel overwhelming for you? So, just a couple of questions to maybe get some comments and some chit chat back and forth. That would be super great. So, yeah, that's kind of the high level version of my anxiety, how I've dealt with it, and the feelings behind it. So if you guys have anything to add, please write in the comment sections and I'll be sure to answer them. Also, if you haven't already, please hit the button below to subscribe and hit the like and notification bell so that you're never behind on getting my new videos that come out. All right, so that's it for today. We will see you next week. This is Life Honestly. See you on the next one.